equal up for this one. One team already ranked in the top 25, the other sitting just on the cusp and trying to prove a point in this one. Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington State Cougars, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the East Carolina Pirates. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Pirates will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Washington State's offense will get first crack at it today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Using his legs, it's Braun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. On the move, he fires. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run play action. He makes the grab. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. The Cougars had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Cougars! Quick strike through the air for the score. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the East Carolina Pirates offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
They get to him as he throws. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got his man in the middle. Stopped just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Touchdown, Wazoo! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Skips away from pressure. Now he's going to throw back to the middle. Pulls it in down the middle. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Quarterback may change this route. The toss to the outside. Got a little space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space, good things will happen.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Touch pass on the run. There he goes. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington State has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll go to the air. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
I know it's early, but you're down by a lot of points. You've got to go for it here on 4th down, David. I'm finding my best player offensively and giving him a shot.
And what you said is all the difference in the world. I'm already down a lot early.
And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. A long way to go on 4th and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He'll set up to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Lets it fly. Looking to get it in. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. He'll keep it himself. Might have misread that one. Would have been better off to leave it with the back. Instead, he'll give up the safety. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. All wideouts, no backs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the 1st, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Pirates headed quickly to the line.
Well, there you're seeing the mentality of this head coach in the game, going for it on 4th down. A lot of guys would have tried to kick a field goal, but I think this guy knows, hey, we're not going to win this game putting 3s up on the board. We need touchdowns. Nice attitude.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. It's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. They want to run this quarterback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. To the air on 2nd down. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, East Carolina. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Braun. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Let's step back here and chat a little Washington State. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Quickly out to the tight end. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Looking to throw again. He's got his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Under fire. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Here comes the heat. Snagged in the middle. It's Conway. At the 40, there he goes. Lots of running room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Back to throw, time running short in the half. That's reeled in. It's Conway. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. Guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Looking for the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Quickly complete. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need 1 more yard. Wide receiver comes in motion. Got it in the middle. It's Osborne. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, ECU.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. And the Pirates will hustle to the line. Pushes for the goal line. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Takes the easy one to the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop.
It's now 4th. You thought you had it, didn't you? You thought you had it.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
East Carolina.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. He wants to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best atmospheres in football, and we've got a fun one from Greenville. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it in their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Quick completion on the out. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. 3rd and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes the catch, and he's so dangerous, making moves, using his speed and elusiveness. He finds a way to get that first down and keep the offense on the field.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Pirates come to the line with a new set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's got him. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. On the move. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. The Cougars come to the line in the hurry-up. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Washington State sends out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Final play of the quarter coming. Running back searching for a hole. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that.
Oh, he wants it all. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. He's not afraid to go deep. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Finds some room. Touchdown, Pirates. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Caught over the middle. It's Braun. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Starting this drive like to the air on 1st down. With the catch, it's Galladay. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. And the Cougars can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Brings into the open. And they'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Washington State going back to work on 1st down. Wants to throw again. Pulls it in. It's Braun. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36. The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gets the back moving. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Hit as he throws. He makes the catch. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. He'll pull it on the read. Got enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Braun. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
East Carolina sending the offense back to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football. Coming
through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. I Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. The pull and throw off the RPO. Flying out to the left. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, East Carolina.
I gotta say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. He'll start this drive firing. Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Guys, let's take a minute and talk a little Washington State. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from minutes.
And I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happens. It becomes a distraction. We're going to find out how good of a coach he is, and we're going to find out how loyal these fans are really quickly in this season.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. From the gun on 3rd down. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Caught behind the line. It's Braun. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now, because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it. But now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Might be changing the route. Toss sweep to the right. They tried to turn the corner on him, but the defense was ready, and they knock him down for a loss. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Backing up and backing up on the first 2 plays, now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. They'll try to get outside. He's inside the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Not enough for the first down, and let's see what they do on 4th.
Well, it's a great individual effort by the running back on that last play. It's 3rd and forever. He tried to get his team the first down. Not enough. Let's see what they do on 4th.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And they didn't need the extra points, but maybe just a chance to stick it to them right here a little bit at the end. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute, get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.